Welcome back into this episode of The Hot Seat. It's episode number 2. Chase Sellers alongside Matt Diggs today. How you doing, Matt?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, living the dream. Got the Cardinals game pulled up right now. We're winning 4-1. Winker hit a homer, but O'Neal's hit 2 today, so looking pretty good for the Cardinals.
It's good. My Mets just won 4-0. We shut out the Nationals, which
Oh,
is
there you go.
pretty
I
good.
saw Lindor's having a slow start, but
Dude, he's batting
DeGrom's
213.
DeGrom's doing pretty good for you.
Listen,
We're gonna
DeGrom. We're going to talk a lot about him today.
we're gonna talk a lot about Jacob DeGrom. But first, we're gonna talk about the main man on our hot seat today and this week, Matt Olson. You want to start off with how Matt Olson's doing this year for us?
All right, Chase, I'll take it over. Matt Olson, the A's have been on a tear, winning 13 straight games. I know they lost today, but this dude is having a crazy season. Right now, he's hitting 338 with, I have the stats right here. Hold on.
6 homers and 17 RBIs.
22 hits. That's crazy. And they only played 18 games.
And, of course, you got to look at the slugging percentage in the OPS. His OPS
Right
is
there.
above 1,000, and his slugging percentage is off the charts with the 638.
677. That's ridiculous, man. That's crazy. You know what? I think he's the reason why they keep winning these games. And I know it's not a one-team player, but I think he's been on that team for a while. He's stepping up because Matt Chapman's not playing well. I think he deserves the credit. He's like Nick Castellanos we did last week. He's not a star player, and he stepped up. And this week, Matt Olson stepped up.
Yeah, I think Castellanos, he will be a star player in a couple of years if he keeps playing the way he's playing right now. But the way Matt Olson's playing is unreal. Like, this is the best slash line we've seen to start a season since, I don't even know, maybe like Trevor Story in his first season when he hit like 12 home runs in his first 7 games or something like that, 7 home runs in his first 12 games. But I mean, this is the best we've seen out of a player in a very long time, especially off his season last year, coming back after going batting with a 195 last year, batting 300 over 300 this year. That's a big confidence booster for the man at first.
Look at his spring training stats up here compared to his season stats right now. It's crazy. Played in 18 games and got 16 hits. Right here, 18 games, 22 hits.
That's
Dude's
just it's unreal. He's been hit by the pitch twice. So honestly, you'll probably see Matt Olson be getting walked a lot this season if he keeps playing the way he's playing right now.
Is he left-handed or right-handed? I think he's a righty.
I believe he's a righty. No, he bats left, throws righty. He
A
bats
lot of
left,
those guys
throws
do
righty.
it. A lot of guys do it that way. And it's honestly helping them.
I think lefty batters honestly have an edge compared to other, to righty batters, because I feel there's more right-handed pitchers than there are left-handed pitchers in the league. So you have an advantage right there.
Yep. I mean, these numbers are ridiculous. That's crazy.
And then the A's, their 13-game winning streak was snapped yesterday to the Orioles, where Austin Hayes had a 2 home run day performance. Great performance from the Orioles. But the Orioles, come on now, they're the Orioles. They're not good. They got lucky.
Orioles, 9-12 right here. You could see it. The bottom feeders. Listen, they started
trash.
They started off hot, just like last year. They were somewhat of a talk for the first couple of weeks, and now look at them. They're back in the basement.
Yeah,
9-12.
So let's talk about the standings a little bit right here. Boston, do they really deserve to be number 1? They don't have Chris Sale back yet. Once they get Chris Sale, Nathan Eovaldi's having a good start to the season, so good for him. I think New York will end up winning this division, but if New York doesn't, I think Toronto might squeeze their way into number 1.
I gotta disagree with you. I'm shaking my head because I told you I hate the Yankees.
I know you do because you're a Mets fan.
I don't think they deserve first place. I mean, they suck. We were gonna talk about it last week, but we couldn't do an episode because of certain things. But I mean, they've been terrible. There's nothing good about them. They're making errors. Gleyber Torres is terrible. The only one saving them is Garrett Cole, and that duel yesterday literally saved them.
Their best hitter is LeMahieu, and he's batting .270.
Yeah, they're not good right now. They'll probably be good as the Yankees.
Yeah, they're not good right now, but it's a 162-game season. That's a long season. They still have over 130 games to play.
We just need to remember that right now they have the same wins as the Baltimore Orioles. We just need to keep that in our heads.
I think Toronto might have a chance to win that division because they can hit the ball.
Those guys are hurt. Teoscar Hernandez is out. Kevin Biggio's out.
But once they get healthy,
once
that team is – I'm talking like all these teams are healthy. Without injuries, Toronto could sneak their way in to win the AL East this season.
as we're talking about Toronto, their ace is Steven Matz. That guy was a bum in New York. That guy was terrible. Blue games. He got rocked against the Marlins every time he pitched. Now he leads the league in wins with 4. That's ridiculous.
Well, they have Nate Pearson, that young relief pitcher. He looks pretty decent. So
Yeah, that
maybe out
dude
of the
throws
bullpen.
102. Yep.
And do you see the Rays? They brought back Chris Archer this year.
Yeah. Listen, I think the Rays
He's
should
not having
take
a
the
good start,
division.
but
I think they'll take the division in the end over the Yankees. Blue Jays are a wild card team, but Boston surprised me a lot this year. I didn't think they'd be in first place anywhere near it right now.
I mean, their
But
best hitter is JD Martinez, and he's killing it right now.
dude, he's on a tear. He had 3 home run game, right?
He
Something
was
like
gonna
that.
be in our hot seat, but then we ended up doing Matt Olson.
Yeah. I mean, 13-game winning streak. Matt Olson deserves it.
Oh yeah, definitely. But JD Martinez just
Oh,
some
yeah.
of these batters right now and pitchers are in their world of their own. Because before we started this, I had a thing wrote down where it said batters are striking out more than they used to in recent history. They are, but there's also batters like Matt Olson, JD Martinez, Bryce Harper, all these players that are just tearing it up right now in the league. So you got to look at that and be like, yeah, players are striking out, but maybe it's just a skill gap between the pitchers and the batters, because there's more good pitchers than there have been in recent years as well right now than there was a few years ago.
I mean, I think they did something about the seams this year with the baseball, because I know there was a lot of home runs last year and everyone was complaining. Like
Yeah, they were saying
crybaby
like
Trevor Bauer.
what was it when they did something
Trevor
to the
Bauer,
balls?
yeah, the crybaby. He thinks the balls are rigged, whatever. First of all, they just got popped. That's it. It's not the baseballs. You throw a fastball, they're gonna hit it. They're major league players. Their exit velo is 110, 120. I mean, Trevor Bauer. Did you see the scandal? What happened? I think in his
Yeah,
last.
Ken Rosenthal called him out
Yeah,
on Twitter, and he had to turn balls into the MLB.
let's take a look at that.
I don't know if we'll hear anything about that in a few weeks or anything, but
Oh,
yeah, there's nothing that's really came up when you has searched that, but
it's the pine. You know what? I was reading it though. He got caught with it in the past. Look, he called
a
out the
lot of
media
pitchers
about
have
it.
been though caught with pine tar
This
because
is
they
what I
try to
was
get an
reading
advantage
about
on
it.
batters.
Yeah. Look, this is it. Tried to shift the attention to media MLB after it was reported Thursday that some of the balls in Bauer started against the A's on Wednesday were sent to MLB.
Whose article is this? So we need to credit. Is this Athletic?
Sporting News.
Okay, so
Yeah.
this is via Sporting News, written by Tom Gatto. This is not our words. This is his.
Yeah. I mean, this is the first article I read because I thought this was the most interesting. Because look, he's a big Twitter guy, he's a big social media guy. And for
Yeah,
him to just mock it, he knows he did something wrong. Like clickbait, they're not clickbaiting. They get the info and they put it out there. That's what they do. They're doing their jobs. He complains about it. I
I
mean,
kind of see both sides. I could see how
yeah,
it frustrates him as a pitcher, just taking balls whenever he's pitching phenomenal right now, and also I could see where he thinks that Ken Rosenthal and all the social media are making him look like he's a cheater because he
his
wants it.
stuff's insane.
He's a good pitcher. He's probably top 10 pitcher in the league right now. I mean, the dude's killing it for the Dodgers.
Got
But
rocked yesterday. Tatis stuck him deep twice.
Tatis, well, he hit 2 again. I don't know if you saw that. He hit two home runs at back-to-back games.
Good for him. I mean, they got into like a confrontation in San Diego when Bauer taunts him, and then
Yeah, in spring training, Bauer was pitching with one eye closed.
Tatis did the closeout yesterday during
Yeah.
the game.
And then
Good for
Bauer
him.
said that he loves when players do that. He loves when players do that. I do too. I like when players go at each other. It makes the game better for the fans and the viewers.
I mean, Bauer's making it a lot entertaining than it usually was, but I mean, this scandal, we're not going to hear about it either. They're not going to talk about it unless he actually gets caught.
Oh, yeah,
I
it'll
think
be
it's gonna
swept under the rug in a
yeah.
couple months. We'll just
That's
forget
exactly
about
what's going to happen. And his pitching is ridiculous. The way his balls move, it's crazy. I don't think he cheated,
it.
though.
He has really
I'll
good
give it to
movement.
him.
I don't think he
Yeah.
did either. I think he's just pitching really good right now. And, well, except for yesterday. By the way, Cardinals just, almost turned a double play, but thrown away by Tommy Edman at second.
You know what the Cardinals did this year that I didn't like? Because I like Colton Wong. I think he's a good guy. They should have
Didn't
brought him
re-sign
back at
Colton
second
Wong.
base. I think they should have
Well,
re-signed him.
we should have, but at the same time, we didn't really need him because we have Tommy Edman and he can kind of play second for us. But he also plays right field for us. And Colton Wong got paid by Milwaukee, and we just weren't looking to pay that contract that they gave him.
Yeah,
We
I mean
didn't
the
think that
Cardinals are always good, so one player doesn't really do anything.
we've in the past few games we've done really well, and our rotation's starting to get better. In the past 5 games, our starting pitchers are finally getting quality starts. Flaherty had a quality start today, even though the game's not over, but he only gave up 1 run. Martinez had a quality start against the Nationals, even though we lost. Scherzer was on the mound. You're not going to hit Scherzer unless you get lucky.
He's their best pitcher right now.
Scherzer's the best pitcher in MLB. Well, no, DeGrom is. Scherzer's the
I
second
was
best
gonna
pitcher
say
in MLB.
DeGrominator.
Yeah.
DeGrominator.
DeGrominator's the best pitcher, but Scherzer's second. It's like it's a close race, but DeGrom just is unreal right now.
The 3 best pitchers in baseball. I'm taking Trevor Bauer off the list. I don't care. It's
I don't think
Jacob
he's the top
deGrom,
3.
Scherzer, and Garrett Cole. Those 3 guys
Oh,
are the faces
100%.
of pitching.
Yeah,
No doubt
I
about it.
100% agree with that.
And now another thing I wanted to talk about was the Royals. I mean, they're another team just like the Red Sox. In our standings and our power rankings, going back to our first episode, we had these guys in dead last talking about
Both of those teams,
yeah.
both of them.
I actually screwed myself because I said these guys are trash, this, that. I mean,
Well, the
I was
Royals
wrong.
aren't good though, but they're just hitting really good right now.
Yeah, I mean,
look at their
taking
differential. Look at their run differential. They've scored less runs than their pitchers have gave it up.
Yeah.
They are not good. They're not doing good. They just have gotten lucky, and they're playing bad teams right now. They've been playing Detroit, which Detroit speaks for itself. Minnesota's going to probably make a wild card spot, and Chicago's probably going to win that division. But
I hope so. I like Dallas Keuchel. I want him to have a comeback here.
well, their rotation's unreal. They have Gaelito, Rodon, who was through a perfect game a couple weeks ago. Lance Lynn, Keuchel. I mean, that rotation's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be – I think it's going to be close between the Royals and the White Sox, but I don't think Cleveland's got a shot. Minnesota's the wild card. For the division, I think the Royals will be up there, though.
You think the Royals will?
They're going to make a move at the deadline that no one's going to – it's going to be an under-the-radar move.
They need a pitcher.
Maybe a pitcher, yeah. Exactly. I'll give him somebody on the Mets. Let him take Carlos Carrasco when he ever comes back, if he ever touches the mound.
I like Carrasco. I think he's a good pitcher. He's just injury prone. He's always injured.
I mean, I don't want him.
Let's go division by division real quick. AL West. Yeah. I don't think the A's will end up winning that division. I think it'll probably be – I think the Angels might win that division.
Think so?
Even though their last 10 games, they're 3-7. Once that team gets hot, dude, Mike Trout gets hot, Shohei Ohtani gets hot, Anthony Rendon starts playing the way he's supposed to be playing. That team's scary, man. I think they might make a push. If they don't win the division, maybe the wild card. I think the Angels might make the playoffs this year. I know you were hating on them. I had them number 15 in my power rankings. I think they can make the wild card.
They just don't do anything for me. I mean, they have the talent. Everything's there. It's just the pitching.
Somebody told me the other day, they said Mike Trout's not the greatest player of all time.
You know what? Someone told me that too. They said that Ronald Acuna is on pace to have a better career than Trout.
Well, I mean, Acuna is having Mike Trout is having just as good as numbers as Albert Pujols, and Albert Pujols was one of the best hitters of all time when he played for the Cardinals.
I mean, no one's gonna top Trout. There's gonna be somebody eventually, but I don't think to this day Trout is the best.
Of course, you got players like Babe Ruth, Cal Ripken, like players like that. You got Cy Young, all these pitchers and players. But Mike Trout is the best all-around player you're ever going to see play baseball.
If you could hit a 97-mile-an-hour fastball today, back in the day when they're throwing 60, you're beating Babe Ruth's numbers. You're beating Lou Gehrig's. You're going to be an animal no matter what.
Mm-hmm. That's why I think Mike Trout's just the greatest of all time. And they were like, oh, he doesn't have a ring. It's not his fault he doesn't have a ring. He got drafted onto a team that was horrible. They've had to build up over the years, and they don't build around him.
Yeah, what's crazy is he could retire right now, and he still has a Hall of Fame career, which is crazy. I read that somewhere. He could retire right now just for no reason, and he's a Hall of Famer, 100% a Hall of Famer, guaranteed.
And his contract is ridiculous too.
Yeah,
$465 million over 10 years.
Dude
Yeah.
deserves it. He's not going anywhere unless he
Oh
gets
no.
injured, which I hope that doesn't happen because I like watching him play. He's not going anywhere.
The Rangers are
Yeah.
going to lose that division,
Oh yeah, they suck.
but I think in a few years they'll be all right because if they can keep Joey Gallo and he can start making contact and they can build a better rotation, that Texas team might be pretty good.
I have a bold prediction on Joey Gallo. You want to hear it?
His career's over in a couple of years.
I think he's going to get traded for some reason, either to the Orioles or to the Marlins. I don't know why I have this
I could
feeling.
honestly see that he gets traded because that Texas team has nothing right
Yeah.
now. They have nobody.
I think
Except
he goes
for
to the
Gallo.
Orioles. Yeah. And I think he's gonna be a key trading piece for them. He's either gonna go to the Orioles or the Marlins. He's gonna go to a deadbeat team, and he's gonna have a good career over there. That's what I just think. Because he don't belong in Texas. He's a good player, but Texas doesn't
Yeah,
produce
he
anybody good.
deserves to be on a team that is winning because he is talented.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at this AL West division, I think Oakland could run away with it. They definitely can. But
Yes.
again, Seattle's a thorn for some reason right now. They have
I don't
Chris
know
Flexen
why.
as a starter. Chris
Kyle
Flexen
Lewis,
was a
man,
bum.
rookie of the year.
He just came back too off the IL.
He's going to be pretty good for them.
Their
And
starting pitchers.
I think that division is a
ridiculous.
toss-up for those top four teams. I think that's a toss-up. That division
It's close. I mean, Houston lost all their pitchers, but I mean, somehow, what's crazy is every year though they always somewhat like they're always in it, which is crazy to me. I mean,
Well, they have one of the
infield is
best
insane, but
hitting lineups in the league. They lost George Springer, which was a huge loss for their lineup, but they have Carrasco, one of the best hitting shortstops. They have Jose Altuve, if he can get back to his MVP years before he started banging trash cans. They have Alex Bregman. I mean, they got Yordan Alvarez. That team is good, but their
he still
pitching
hasn't
is just
played
bad
yet.
right now.
Going back to Springer, he still hasn't played yet on the Blue Jays. He's still hurt.
That Blue Jays team is going to be good, man. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
when they're healthy, that Blue Jays team is going to be good.
I'll hold you to it in August. If they make
All
the
right.
playoffs, it'll be good.
Okay.
Let's go down to the NL East. My boys in first place, the New York Mets.
They're the best team in that division right now just because of Jacob DeGrom.
100%.
Jacob DeGrom makes them the best team in that division. I think Atlanta can be the best team in that division, but their pitching rotation is going to have to be better. They're not pitching the way they were last year. And that Mets team is unreal this year. Dominic Smith in left, Francisco Lindor. I mean, you got two of the best hitters in the National League right there, and Jacob DeGrom on the mound. I mean, that team's scary. I mean, I know I wouldn't want to face the Mets because their rotations got better this year, and they're making moves over there in New York.
Yeah, I mean, Stroman got rocked. What was it? Yes, I think he Saturday.
Stroman's been getting rocked his entire career. He's one of those pitchers. He's either going to put up 10 runs scored for the other team, or he's going to allow 1 run and get you a win. That's just how Marcus Stroman is. He's been that way his entire career.
I like him also, but I mean, the Mets, they could win the division, and I love the Mets. Don't get me wrong, but for some reason, I think right here, I think they're going to wind up taking the division in the end.
Think
I think
so?
the Phillies. I think so only because Zach Wheeler's been great for them. Aaron Nola's looking like he's back to some sort of form, and they're just a sleeper, man.
The Cardinals play them tomorrow. I don't know who's on the mound for the Phillies. I don't think it's Nola because I think we played Nola on the last game of our road trip into Philadelphia.
I was there. I was at that game. I was at the game
really?
where Zach Eflin was pitching for the Phillies, and he shut them out. Yeah.
Yeah. Cardinals,
I mean-
I think we took 1 game in the series, but
Yeah.
we didn't.
I'm a diehard Met fan. I love them, but they definitely could win the division, I think. But it's going to be between them two. It's going to be between the Mets and the Phillies.
I think the Braves will be a wild card team in that division.
Yeah, they could get lucky once Acuna comes back. Miami
I think
is a sleeper.
2 teams in that division will make the wild card, or only 1 team will, because it's going to be so close in the NL East. I think there's a chance that 2 teams out of there might make the wild card.
You know what's crazy though? I have another bold prediction right here. I tell everybody this all the time, like last time. Miami will make the playoffs. Maybe not this year because it's a regular season, but they will make the playoffs in the upcoming years. Last year,
They're young.
I had a bet against somebody last year, and they're like, "Oh, Cubs are gonna sweep them." I go, "Okay, let's put money on it." I won. The Marlins swept the Cubs, which is crazy because they were literally
that
2
Cubs
series
team,
away
by the
from
way,
World
is
Series.
old.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the Marlins.
Yes.
All these guys are just like it's the Marlins.
They need to re-sign Anderson. I don't know why they haven't yet.
Yeah, he's hurt right now, but I mean, he's one of their key guys.
I mean, yeah, he's their best player.
Yeah, and Josh Chisholm's having a great year right now, and
Well,
he's a
Sandy
rookie.
Alcantara, their pitcher, is probably their best player, but
You think? Yeah, yeah. You know what?
Anderson's
You're
their
right,
best
probably.
hitter.
Yeah,
Anderson's their best hitter, 100%. And Washington, for some reason, is stinking it up right now. Trey Turner is one of the best shortstops in the league this year. Their rotation is amazing. I just don't understand. Juan Soto is one of the best players in the league.
yeah.
I don't understand why they're losing so much. I know the
Well,
Cardinals have played them two times, like 2 series already, but come on, they got to get their act together. They are a good team.
well, Soto's out. Patrick Corbin 0-3. He sucks. He hasn't figured it out yet, and Strasburg's on the injured list.
Yeah,
I mean,
he injured himself against the Cardinals too. It was his
yeah,
shoulder, I think, or his arm.
he's because he's getting old. That's why he's not.
Yeah,
The dude's gonna walk. I don't know when his contract's up, but they shouldn't re-sign him.
I'm pretty sure they re-signed him to a big contract.
Really? I
I
mean, he
think
did win
so.
MVP, right? He won World Series MVP a
He's
couple of years ago.
uh
I think so. I could be. I could
I'll
be
double
wrong.
check for you real quick. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did win it because he had a great World Series outing. But again, that was what 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
2 years ago, I think.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think he
so
did.
Strasburg signed a 7-year, $245 million contract over the offseason.
Did he win MVP yet? Right?
I'll check that real quick. I was just checking his contract.
Yeah, I
Yes,
think
he
so.
did. He
He
did
did,
win
right?
he won the World
Yeah,
Series MVP.
that's the only reason he got that contract.
That
That's the
Nationals
only
team
reason.
deserved that. They deserved that ring though. That team was they got really hot in that playoffs.
They did. I mean, I don't want them to win because
By
as
the
soon as
way, my boy Dylan Carlson's got a double. This dude is 3 for 4 today. He's been on base 7 times in the last 2 games. He hit 3 for 3 yesterday, and now he's 3 for 4 today. My boy Dylan Carlson, I'm repping him today. The dude's killing it. Sorry I had to interrupt you right there, but
oh, it's all good. Listen,
that's my
they're playing
favorite player.
500 ball. We got them right here. They're playing
We're
500
about to
ball.
be over 500 tonight whenever we beat the Reds today.
Yeah, I mean the Brewers have the division right now. We'll just get right into the NL
That
Central.
rotation is amazing right now.
You watch them more than me because you have the channels out there. For
Well,
the
I'll tell you,
Central
Corbin
side.
Burns is probably one of the best pitchers in the league right now. The dude has, I think, over 40 strikeouts in his first 3 appearances. And Woodruff's, I don't know if he's hurt or healthy right now, but he's had a good start to the season.
Yes, the Brewers guy, right? That's like that new
Yeah,
pitcher.
and Josh Hader, one of their best closers in the MLB right now.
Dude, he should have been a
Devin
Met.
Williams, one of the best bullpen guys. Their bullpen and rotations probably a top. I think we had them in our top 10 actually, top 10 bullpens and rotations.
But you know what's crazy? St. Louis always breaks even. Like they're one of those. They're not sleepers, but like they're one of those teams that you know they're going to be in it. Like you're like, all right, St. Louis is there, but can they do anything? They lost
2000.
what? I think to the Braves. They lost in the playoffs last time they were in it.
Yes, we lost in the NLDS to the.
Yeah.
No, we lost in the NLCS to the Nationals. We beat the Braves in the NLDS.
Oh, okay.
So we beat
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Braves, but then we lost to the Nationals. That's when they made their World Series appearance, and they swept us.
yeah. I mean, this division you get to watch them more than I do. So I mean,
So Pittsburgh
you know
sucks.
best.
The Reds can be good if their rotation plays up
They
to
shouldn't be
it.
sitting here right now. See, this
No, they
bothers
should
me 'cause they
be.
should not be sitting here
They
right
should
now.
be above the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Pirates are terrible right now. I just don't understand how they're winning games. Milwaukee doesn't deserve to be number 1. I don't know. They probably do, actually. The rotation's unreal. Oh,
Yeah.
and Dylan Carlson just scored from a single from Goldschmidt. So now it's 5-2 for the Cardinals. So, and the Cubs, I don't know when they're going to be bad again, but they will be bad in the next 5
Hopefully
years.
soon. I think they suck.
I know this is probably bad because I'm a Cardinals fan, but I don't like to see the Cubs succeed.
I mean, they
just
just
don't
beat my
like them.
Mets, so I can't talk. They just beat my Mets, so
I don't think anybody likes the Cubs unless you're a Cubs fan.
no, yeah, you're right. I mean, they were a hype when Back to the Future predicted they were going to win, but did they
Yeah.
win? Nope.
Yeah, they
They
did.
won
Yeah,
the
they
next
did.
year. No, they won the next year.
Oh, they won the next year.
They,
Yeah,
they were
that's right.
predicted to win in 15.
Yeah.
Then the
They won in
Mets took them
16.
out, and they won in 16.
The Cardinals, see, they always go a little bit above 500, but they squeeze in the wild card race. We did
Yeah.
this in 2011. We needed the Phillies to lose. That team was unreal, and they lost. We made the wild card. We got hot in September. We won like the last 15 of our 20 games to make the wild card. We ended up sweeping everybody to get to the World Series. And then we played Game 6, David Freese, walk-off home run to send us to Game 7. and then a triple to send us into extras in game 7. I mean, we do this every year. We've done it since 2011. We're going to probably keep doing it for the rest of our history. That's just how the Cardinals are. Like, they're always going to be there.
The last memory I have of watching a game of them, I'm being serious, is when David Freese hit that home run.
That
was
see,
the
but if you're
memory I
not a
have of them.
Cardinals fan, that's everybody's.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. I'm glad that's the last thing you remember, because I don't want you to remember when we lost to the Nationals in an LCS. I want you to remember in 2011 when David Freese hit that walk-off.
Dude, he was one of my favorite players for a while after that.
He was
'Cause,
one of
like,
the
he's good.
he was such a sleeper at third base. The dude he batted sub 300 numbers and hit 10 to 20 home runs every year. And then when he
Yeah.
left, he kind of slowed down a little bit, but he was getting older, so it kind of made sense that he was slowing down. But David Freese, he was a solid player for us. He's literally the definition of an average third baseman. He
Yeah.
bats sub 300, 10 to 20 home runs.
He went to the Angels though after that and shit the bed.
He went to the Angels and then the Pirates for a minute. And then I think that's when he ended his career after his skid with the Pirates.
Once you go to more than 2 teams, your career is finished.
Well, CJ Cron, man, he played for 6 different teams.
Was he on the Tigers? He's on the Tigers, right? I think he's at first.
I think he's on the Tigers now, but he played for the Giants.
Yeah, that guy's been everywhere.
Mariners, the Reds, I
Cron.
think. That dude's played for so many teams. It's like Shaquille O'Neal. He's played for 6 teams.
Yeah.
But
And he's
Shaquille
a
O'Neal's a
solid
way
hitter.
better player in his sport than CJ Cron was.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah, the Central Division looks like it's not going to be tight. Someone's going to run away with it, but it's tight every year. So
I think it's
we
going to
can
be
see.
tight, but it's going to be tight by like 3 games. It's going to be
Yeah.
so tight. It's like that. It's been like that for the past 4 years. Even when the Cubs made the World Series, they barely made the playoffs in the NL Central.
And now we got the NL West coming in. Listen, the Dodgers, they're just really good.
Best
That's it.
rotation in baseball right
They're
now.
just really good.
Walker Buehler, Clayton Kershaw, Trevor Bauer, Kenley Jansen in their bullpen. Julius Arias, I think is how you say his name.
Yeah, Julio Urias, something like that.
Julio Urias. Justin Turner's batting 350 right now.
And they didn't even want to re-sign him. That was the craziest thing.
He's
is they
having
were
an
gonna let him
MVP. If
walk.
the season stopped right now, he'd win the AL MVP, NL MVP, Jacob DeGrom. Easy.
Yeah.
DeGrom has a .31 ERA, you said before we started this. He had 15
.31
Ks.
ERA.
He had 15 Ks yesterday. When was the last time you saw a pitcher get 15 Ks in a game? Before Jacob DeGrom, I can't name a pitcher I've seen get 15 strikeouts. Before.
I know Shane Bieber did it, but I don't watch the
Indians,
Indians, so,
Shane Bieber.
He did it
I
this
didn't
year, but
remember
I don't
that.
watch it. Yeah.
Jacob DeGrom, I'm going to remember that he had 15. That dude is the best pitcher I've ever seen play.
Yeah, he's the best pitcher on the planet. And what's crazy is
if he retired right now, I think he'd be a Hall of Famer. I think
what's crazy is back in 15 when they were going on their run, everyone said Matt Harvey was the face of it, of the rotation.
He had some good years for you guys, though. He did have some good years.
Bro, he was the Johnny Manziel of baseball for the Mets.
Oh, well, yeah, 100%. But he had some good years.
He didn't show up to the stadium. He was drinking. Like he's on the Orioles now, and I mean that just shows you that he's a bum.
That's where Felix Hernandez signed with the Orioles. I don't know if you saw that, but then he opted out of his contract.
That's where players' dreams go to die.
Yeah. Unless you're Austin Hayes and you just go there to make your career. That kid's doing phenomenal for the Orioles right now, though, in center field.
Yeah, Austin Hayes, yeah. Now going back to the West, I think like the Giants, this has surprised me a lot because they got veterans and they got random like guys in there. Yastrzemski's a great rookie. He's a solid right.
They're having such a sleeper year too. Nobody's talking about them. They're kind of just sneaking in.
Yeah, they've been doing that. Honestly, they did that last year and the year before that too. They just can't finish it because like a couple years, maybe it was last year's years ago. Arizona was up there.
Brandon Crawford's done. Horrendous. He's done.
Yeah, he's washed. He's there. He's still there, shortstop though.
I know, but he needs to be gone.
Yeah. And Brandon Belt's still there, first baseman. I mean, those dudes got to go. You got to get the new guys in there. Wilmer Flores is their third baseman.
Flores, he had such his potential was set really high, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was a high draft pick. He was always a utility guy, but I mean,
he was supposed to be really good.
Yeah. But I like Jonathan VR now. We have Jonathan VR now. That dude is a great utility guy. He should be a starter.
That Giants team, I don't know how they're doing so good right now. Yastrzemski, is that how you say his name? Mike Yastrzemski?
You know what? Their pitcher, I think it's Kevin Gausman. I think that's who their starting
He
pitcher
played
is.
for the
He's having a really
Angels,
good
didn't
year.
he? No, he played for the Orioles.
Yeah,
Gossman
he
did.
did. Yeah, he's having a really good year for them. And then what's crazy to me is that the Padres, they're supposed to be the hype, this, that. You just signed Tatis to like a 340 deal, whatever you got, and they're sitting in third place. Well, like, why is the baseball's just a crazy game like that? You could
Well,
win games, you
Tatis
could
was
lose
injured
games.
there for a minute too.
Yeah, but
And
now
they
it's coming
started
back
out
hot.
really slow, and they are tearing it up right now against the
Yeah.
Dodgers.
I mean, look, they're 4-6 in the last 10 games, but I mean, I think they'll be
But
fine.
Tatis has only been back for 2 of those games.
Yeah,
So,
and they're playing LA. They're playing the best team in
and
baseball, and they're
since he's been
holding their
back,
own.
he's hit 4 home runs. I mean, the dude,
Yeah.
he changed his batting stance too, apparently, while he was out with an injury because his shoulder is always giving him problems. So apparently he changed his batting stance.
Well, his
And apparently
problem is
it
when he
worked out for
swings.
him.
Yeah, when he swings, he leaves his body open.
By the way, the Pirates are leading the Twins right now 5-1.
I mean, I don't know how they have 10 wins, but
I don't know how
that's
the Twins are. I don't know how the
they're,
Twins are doing so bad right now. That team
they'll,
isn't
pro-
bad.
they'll probably get like maybe 50 wins, 60 wins this
White
season.
Sox are winning right now against the Rangers. Brewers
Yeah.
lead the Cubs 1-0. Phillies are losing to the Rockies right now 7-2.
They're losing to the Rockies right now.
Yeah.
Jesus, I mean, I know Harper had 2 home runs today, so that's
Royals
all I
won.
care
They
about.
beat the Tigers. Orioles beat the Athletics.
You know what? I'm just gonna state it now. Just when we get there, Harper's having an MVP season. If DeGrom doesn't win MVP, Harper gets it. Harper
You
gets
think so?
MVP. I think I want to know so. I love Bryce Harper. I think he's gonna win MVP. Dude, it was batting 271 right now. He came in the season. Oh, he sucks this, that.
Oh
He's
my
not
gosh.
himself.
I see Patrick
271.
Corbin now with his 10 ERA.
Yeah,
Holy
I
cow.
mean, NL MVP. I hope it's Bryce Harper. The dude's coming back. He's gonna be an All-Star this year. 100%. There's no doubt in my mind. He's the starting right fielder. Because you had Soto who's out, so he lost time right there. Acuna's out. That NL outfield, they're gonna give it to Harper regardless. I hope so.
What happened to Dominic Smith? Is he hurt for you guys?
No, he's playing, but they didn't start him the first like couple weeks of the season. He was like just
Oh,
coming
okay.
off the
I saw
bench.
he wasn't in the lineup today, so I didn't know.
No,
I
I
saw
think he
Brandon
was in the
Nemo is doing
lineup.
pretty good. Is it Nemo or Nemo? I think it's Nemo,
It's
isn't it?
Nimmo. Yeah,
Okay,
Nimmo.
he's doing pretty good for you guys, batting 370 right now.
You ever see what he does when he gets hit or he gets
It's
walked? He
small
just
sample
sprints to
size, but
first base. He
good for
sprints to
him.
first
Good
base. Yeah,
though. That's what players should do.
yeah, they should. I mean, now we're gonna go to the
Howard
stat.
Amora Jr. sucks, but
Dude, did you see his catch today? He made a
no,
sick
I
catch
didn't
to
I've been
save
watching
time.
the Cardinals game all day.
Bro, he made a sick catch today. He was running back. He was tracking the ball and put his glove up like this and
Yeah.
jumped up against the wall. That was good.
So it kind of
He
looked like
actually
MLB The
did.
Show, like an MLB The
Yeah,
Show
it
animation.
honestly did. It did. It did.
So let's get to the stats for stat leaders, and then we'll talk a little bit. I don't know if you keep up with the NFL draft coming up this weekend, but I'll talk about that for a little bit for a minute if you want to.
Trevor Lawrence to the Jaguars. We can talk about that in the UFC fight because the UFC. You see the UFC fight yesterday?
Yeah, Usman
Dude,
beating
Masvidal
Masvidal.
got fucked up.
Yeah,
That was bad. That was bad. And you know what's crazy? I hate when they do that little chant. They smirk. I hate that. You're in a ring that you smirk at somebody and they're ready to throw a hand. You're getting knocked out. I don't care how big you are. You're flowing. You're gonna get knocked out
I don't
regardless.
know. I kind of like. I like the confidence. Like McGregor, I love watching McGregor.
And then look what happened. To him. You got beat by Khabib.
Well, yeah, but they're gonna be playing again. All right, they're fighting again.
Oh, you're a McGregor
The
guy.
trilogy,
I like
McGregor
to
versus
see-
Poirier. The trilogy. They're fighting again.
You think McGregor's gonna win that?
Probably not.
I mean, yeah, I don't really follow it, but I was watching it yesterday, and all you saw was Usman knocking him out, and it was crazy. I liked it. I enjoyed it. I think Usman was good. But going back to MLB, we'll talk about that for a little bit. The stats. I don't even know who this guy is.
So that's Yerman
Mercedes?
Mercedes. He's a catcher DH for the White Sox. He's been tearing it up. He doesn't play behind home plate. They have Grandal, I believe, playing behind home plate for them right now.
Yeah.
But he DHs and he is batting 424 right now. And he is just his slash line is unreal right now. And then you got Mike Trout underneath him.
I guarantee you they threw him in the outfield. They had to. I want to know.
No, he is not an outfielder.
No. Then what's-
No, he's a big guy. He is not an outfielder. He's
Oh,
he's a
there's
DH. They're in the AL, so he's their nonstop.
Oh,
DH.
he's a DH.
Yeah.
Oh, hold
So
on.
wait, it just said today he's batting 500. So he had a hit today. He went 1 for 2. He's 1 for 2 today against the Rangers so far. So his average is just going to keep going up if he keeps hitting the way he is right now.
Yeah. And look who's behind him. Michael Nelson Trout, the
He's
best
going to
player
be
in the
there
game.
the entire year.
What, you think he's going to be that number 2 spot, or you think he's going to go up to
I think
1?
he'll be number 1 because I think your Mercedes will slow down. But the way
Oh.
Mercedes is playing right now is unreal. But I think Mike Trout will be number 1. I think Ronald Acuna Jr. will be 2.
Yeah.
I think Winker won't be there. I think Winker
Nope.
won't be in the top 5.
No shot.
Martinez, I don't think he'll be there. I think he's going to slow down. He'll be up there for home runs. But
They got the
not
Mets
for batting
Tuesday.
average.
They got the Mets Tuesday.
Is
Red
DeGrom
Sox.
going to pitch against them?
I believe so. I think
Probably
so.
the final
Walker
game of
pitched-
their skid.
Walker, they're only playing a 2-game series, and then they're going to
Oh, okay.
Philly. I know Walker pitched today. I think DeGrom does get the start, or he might just skip it and pitch on Friday night. in
I
Philly.
think for AL, I think Mike Trout will be on the or for All NBA or NBA. I don't even know him. I mean, NBA is going on right now. Jokic will probably win MVP, but for the All MLB batting leaders for batting average, Mike Trout will be a 1, Ronald Acuna 2, and then probably I think Bryce Harper might sneak his way in there by the end of the season if he keeps playing the way he is right now.
Oh, MVP.
Dylan
have to say.
Carlson, if he keeps hitting the way he's doing, I know I'm a Cardinals fan, so I'm probably being a little bit too generous with Dylan
You wearing his
Carlson.
jersey right now? You
I
wearing his
am,
jersey?
yes.
I want to see it. You got to turn around. I got to know what number this guy is to be on the look.
He's
for
number
him.
3.
Number 3. All right. I'll be watching him play.
All right. Keep
This
out
is your
for Dylan
go-to
Carlson.
guy?
This is
This
my
is your,
go-to
like-
guy. He's
is your
22
go-to
years
guy?
old. He's our everyday center fielder now.
Oh, no. What happened to Harrison Bader? I like
He's
him.
hurt. He's on our IL. I like
like
Harrison Bader, but he can't hit to save his life.
I like him. He's a New York guy, too. That's why I like
I
him.
do like Bader. I think Bader, he's one of the best defensive center fielders in the league.
Yeah.
But when it comes behind home plate, the dude cannot swing a bat.
No, you're
Nothing
right.
wrong with that, but why don't you take off for wins?
I'll do pitching right now because for some reason I don't know why.
Your
I don't know
guy's
why
up there.
Steven Matz is up here. Yeah, this is ridiculous to me. Yeah, I mean I know he has 4 wins, but like that's probably more than he has this year with the Mets in like his last 4 or 5 years on them. It's crazy that he has 4. It's crazy that he leads the league in something because this guy was a 3rd or 4th guy in the rotation. This guy's not a number 1, and for some reason he's literally number 1.
I believe
in
he
the
is
MLB.
I think he is Toronto. Well, no, Hyun-Jin Ryu is their number 1, but I think he's
Yeah.
their number 2.
That's crazy. He's never been like that. And you know what? Honestly, good for him. The Mets didn't he didn't perform and the Mets let him walk, but I mean good for him. He's proven his own in Toronto. He's
the
gonna
way-
get a decent contract.
Castellanos just hit a ground rule double. I think you might see him in the batting average too by the end of the year.
Castellanos, yeah.
Yeah.
Did he get suspended already? Yeah, right?
Yeah, so he served a 3-game suspension and he's back
Yeah.
now. He's just been getting booed nonstop by Cardinals fans at Busch.
I mean, see this list, Bauer definitely be up here throughout the season. Cole, DeGrom would be up here, but you know the Mets don't like to score when he
I think
pitches
all
for
but
some
2
reason.
pitchers on that list will be up there.
Yeah, he's
The
coming
top
down.
2.
He's coming down, definitely. These guys are coming down right here. Rodriguez is good. He's got a lot of good movement. He's got good stuff. But, I mean, Yankees get hot, it's over. Blue Jays come back healthy, it's over.
You'll probably see
Or-
Shane Bieber up there. You won't see DeGrom because he doesn't get any support.
Yep.
Never does.
It's ridiculous.
So Bieber will move up because I think Bieber, he's just so good that he
Yeah.
will get most wins. And
I
I,
don't think he'll be up
Lucas
here.
Giolito will be up there too.
I don't think Kershaw is going to be up here. He's getting rocked lately. I don't think he's going to be up here. Definitely going to be Bauer and Cole, 100%.
I think Kershaw gave up 2 home runs to Tatis too.
Yeah.
I think it was
I don't think
Kershaw
he's
and
gonna be up
Bauer.
there. I don't think Kershaw is going to be up there, but we'll find out. Look, of course, DeGrom is number 1 right here.
Yeah.
And
Look
earned
at
run
Corbin
average.
Burns. The dude's tearing it up.
Dude,
And
you know
Danny
what?
Duffy. Danny Duffy with a
That's
0.3.
That's
What?
crazy, bro. And look, somebody on the Orioles this year, which is crazy.
When was the last
Crazy.
time Danny Duffy had a season where he had under a 2?
I know. When was the last time? I don't even know who he is. I heard of him.
I think Corbin Burns is really young. And I think
Yeah.
they recently, maybe last year was his rookie year.
Pirates ruined him. Joe Musgrove was really good, and I don't even know who this guy
I'm
is.
glad he's out of my division.
Who, Joe Musgrove?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was always good. They had another guy, Trevor Williams, right? I don't know what team he's on now.
He's still on the
He's still with
Pirates.
them?
And then Jamison Talon's still on there too.
No, he's on the Yankees now.
Oh, really?
James Talon's on the Yankees. Yep.
Okay, never mind then.
Yeah. No, yeah,
So
because
Corbin Burns is 26. I'm pretty sure last year was his. Okay, no, he was a rookie in 2018. He went 7-0. The next year he went 1-5.
7-0 in the MLB.
In his rookie year with the 2.6.
Jesus.
And then the next year he went 1-5 because teams figure out rookies easily the next year. Then he went 4-1, and he's 2-1 this year with a 0.3.
Dude, that's
So
crazy. 7. I mean, what is that? Like, you know what? I don't even want to know how many wins he has. Good for him.
he's 2 so far this year.
Yeah. Good. I mean, this list, DeGrom's going to be up here all year. If the Mets want to score, they will, but they don't.
He's going to
So
be
it
the
doesn't
leader
matter.
in that. He'll be
Yeah.
number 1.
It's literally every team versus Jacob DeGrom. It's not the Mets versus the Orioles or the Mets versus Cardinals. It's Jacob DeGrom versus the team.
Yeah.
That's
Unless
what it is.
Lindor could start hitting that ball and Pete Alonso, that offense is not going to give any run support to Jacob DeGrom.
Alonso's heating up. Alonso's got 5 home
I
runs
saw he
right
homered
now.
today too.
Yeah.
So,
But you know what? Lindor was batting 171. He's batting 213 now. That dude just signed. He's gonna be the future of the Mets. You gotta perform. I know it's early in the season. I know you're finding out your swing, new league, new team, but you gotta figure it out at some point. I mean,
yeah.
he'll probably maybe
He
I'm
will.
just
It's
judging him too
Francisco
hard.
Lindor. He'll hit 260, 270 by the end of the year with 20 home runs. It's Lindor. He will. He's just having a slow start.
I gotta be patient with him. He's one of the best shortstop in the league.
He is one of. I want to say he's the best, but Fernando Tatis is there. I know he's really young, but he's so good. I think there's so many shortstops that are good right now. Alexander Bogarts is amazing.
Corey Seager. You know what? Corey
Corey Seager's up there.
Corey
I think
Seager should
all
be.
those 4 we just listed are top 5 shortstops right now.
Yeah.
I think Lindor and Tatis are number 1s. I think you could debate how both of them could be number 1 right now. That's short.
Yeah. Oh, the shortstop position, you could debate that easily because you got guys.
Yeah.
You know, people even throw Javi Baez in the mix, but like he sucks now.
He had a terrible season last year. Yes, short season, but he strikes out too much now. He's just a strikeout guy.
Look at the home run leader. JD Martinez has always been out there. He's always been a power guy.
See, you know what I get though? Home runs. Yeah, they're amazing. But then you have players like Eugenio Suarez before the season. He was like, oh, I want to hit 50 home runs this season. And now he struck out I think he struck out like 15 times in his last 30 at-bats. Because you get so in all over trying to hit home runs, you take away from the fundamentals of baseball. When people like JD Martinez and Nelson Cruz and Ronald Acuna are just fundamentally sound and can hit the rubber off or the cover off the ball without trying to hit the cover off the ball. If that makes any sense.
No, yeah, it does. I mean, that's the third baseman for the Reds, right?
Yes. Third and short, he switches because Moustakas is there now, so I think Moustakas plays third for them.
Yeah, I'm not really key to. I know who he is, but I'm not really key to the NL Central, so I just leave it to you when we talk about that.
He's a good player, but he needs to get his swing down.
This where we at? We're at home runs. I mean, you know what? I like Riley McMahon. He's a good first baseman. He wasn't given a chance because they had Mark Reynolds, Daniel Murphy. He was actually pretty good. Acuna's up there. Nelson Cruz is up there.
Sorry, my brother
You
just
back?
came home. Yeah, I'm good.
Not so good.
He had to
I
come
was
get
talking
his
about-
fiance's glasses.
It's so good. I was talking about Ryan McMahon. I mean,
Yeah, I know. I had a wireless headphone so I could hear you the whole time.
Oh,
I
yeah.
like Ryan McMahon. I think he's really good, but he's not going to help the Rockies at all.
No, it's the
team's
Rockies.
horrible.
He like right here. These guys are these 4 guys. Martinez, not McMahon. What am I saying? Martinez, Acuna, and Cruz will be up here in home runs all year.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
gonna go back and forth. These 3.
I
These
don't think
2,
McMahon will be up there. I don't think he will.
maybe Nick Castellanos will, but
I don't think McMahon won't. I think Cruz will be up there.
Yep.
Martinez will be up there. Castellanos will probably stay up there. Harper will be up there by the end of his season. And I think Mike Trout will probably make his way up there too. I think he'll finish with probably over 40 home runs this season.
MVP. You know what? We
Bold
should start
prediction for
doing
Mike Trout.
every week. Do you only have Cardinals jerseys? You have other teams' jerseys.
For baseball, I have only Cardinals jerseys, but
Okay.
for like football, I have other jerseys.
I'm gonna
So-
start wearing every team. Every time we do podcasts, I'm gonna start wearing a team that I think is gonna have a good series.
It doesn't have to be a baseball jersey, just wear a jersey.
Yeah. I have all baseball teams. That's the problem. I only like baseball jersey, so I have every team.
I
I'm a Met fan, but I have every team's jersey.
Yeah.
So next week I'm gonna wear
mean, there's nothing
Marlins
wrong being a
jersey
collector.
because I'm confident in the Marlins. They're gonna do something. We could talk about RBIs now too, with JD Martinez coming in.
Sorry, my brother was talking to me.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, we can talk about RBIs. I think JD Martinez will be up there just because home runs. You always get an RBI for your home run, and if the Red Sox can get on base for him, he's just going to keep. I don't think Seager will be up there. I like Kyle Seager, but I don't think he's going to be up there.
No,
And Tyler Naquin,
he
if
won't be
keeps,
up there either.
I don't think he will, but he's playing really good right now. Devers will probably be up there. Jed Lowry's having a good start to the season. I think he'll fall off. I think you'll see players like Nick Castellanos make it up there. Acuna will probably make it up there. Mike Trout will probably make it up there. Mike Trout's just going to make it on almost all hitting stats because it's Mike Trout.
This aggravates me right here. I want to pretend I don't know who this guy is. Jed Lowry, the biggest waste in New York Mets history. I think he had like maybe 2-year contract, 6 plate appearances. I think this is his plan the whole time. Walk, get the money, come back to Oakland and have a season.
This thing with
dude
MLB
is on
though,
a tear, man.
I think MLB like teams they make more money than any other professional like sport. I think.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Cardinals just beat the Reds 5-2. Alex Reyes with another save, but MLB teams make more money than other sporting like teams like football and basketball and things like that. So you're always going to see an MLB team reach on a player like Jed Lowry and try to bring in a player like the Cardinals took a shot on Brad Miller a couple of years ago and he hit 300 for us, but then he started slowing down and we didn't re-sign him. You're going to see that throughout history. That's just how the MLB works.
I mean, I hate Jed Lowry. I hate you. I hope you hear this. I hate you.
Hate is a strong word, Matt. Hate's a strong word.
I do hate him. Like I hate the Yankees. I hate Jed Lowry. He
By
did
the
nothing
way,
for us. He took our money.
Bring it back to the Cardinals real quick. Alex Reyes, 5 saves with a 0 ERA.
You know what? I might
8
take him on
Ks.
my fantasy team right now. I have to check if he's available.
The man is a great closing. I think the Cardinals might have one of the best like setup man, long reliever, and closing pitchers in the league. Giovanni Gallegos. If Alex Reyes can stay consistent the way he's playing right now, and Jordan Hicks, I think they're one of the best bullpens in the league right now.
Dude, Jordan Hicks is sick. I love that. I think very sick. 102, 103. I mean, I like him. I think he's a really
and
good
we
pitcher.
talked about this actually in our first week. Cardinals were in our top 10.
Yeah.
I think they'll finish the season. If Jack Flaherty got another win today, he's 4-0 on the season. His ERA was at a 3. It's probably going to go down to like a 2.77 now. Flaherty's playing like he was after the All-Star break in 2019.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot to look forward to it with the Cardinals, especially, but they got a lot of young guys, a lot of teams. But that's just the way to go, though. Now it's all just young guys. That's all it is. It's a young guy sport. All these new guys are 19 to 21 coming up, and they're just showing off their talent, and that's it. It takes off from there.
Kenley Jansen, I like Kenley Jansen, but I think he's getting old. He's starting to slow down a little bit. Yes, for the saves.
I heard of Jake McGee. I don't really care for him.
I've heard of him. Yes, I've seen him do successful things in the past. But Mark Melancon.
Mark Melanson. Yeah.
Mark Melanson.
Dude,
I can't pronounce his last name. Mark Melanson. He's always super good. Yeah. Always.
He was a Brave, so I got to see him in person, dude. He's international. He's really good. He's one of those sleeping relievers. He's really good.
I want to go to a Cardinals game, but you have to wear a mask, and I'm not for the wearing masks. So kind of.
Listen, bro. I did that for the Mets game. Mets don't bother you. The Yankees, they do. Phillies, it's mandatory. Like, you got to walk in. But you know
they don't.
Crazy?
Some teams don't require you to have one.
Texas is 100% capacity. They don't allow. I don't think they allow them pass. I think you just go to a game and enjoy.
That's so cool. Well, the Cardinals, I think, are making people because St. Louis, their county, the St. Louis County is making. Yeah. It's still requiring masks.
No, yeah, so a lot of teams are doing that. I mean. What I don't understand is these players, like, you're on the field with everybody. So why are you wearing a mask going out if on the field you're not?
Yeah.
You're in a stadium with all these people. Like, if you're gonna catch it, it's in the
honestly, that's a good move by the Rangers, allowing full capacity for their stadium because other teams aren't doing that right now, and they're gonna make a lot of money compared to other teams. Maybe they make some moves in free agency to get some players with Joey Gallo.
Yeah, as much as they suck, they're doing good by their fans. I mean,
They
that's sick
are.
to have 100%
I'm a
capacity, and it's a new stadium too.
huge Texas college sports guy. I love the Longhorns. They just played last night in the volleyball championship. I can't remember if they lost or they won. I'll check real quick before I say something that I'm wrong about. But I love Longhorns football, basketball. We made it to March Madness. We got upset in the first round. Kind of sucked, but I love Texas sports. I'm not a Rangers fan. I'm a Cardinals fan my whole life. I'll stay a Cardinals fan. I'll always support the Rangers. I'll support them. And unless we play them in the World Series like we did in 2011 and beat them in 7 games.
Oh, wow. No, yeah. We got to tell you're a Cardinals fan. We talk about it every week. It's like I'm a Mets fan. That's it. What are we talking about now? Hits. I mean,
we can talk about strikeouts. And
yeah, I was going to say
we don't have to talk about hits
100%.
because you're not going to see, I don't think any of those players on the hits.
It's not going to be consistent.
Justin Turner will probably stay on that board just the way he's playing if he can stay hot. But you'll see Mike Trout up there. You'll see hit machines up there.
That's what I'm saying. It's so inconsistent, the hits list, because it changes every week.
Yeah.
These guys could go hitless for 10 games. Another guy could have 10 hits. Strikeouts, though, I mean.
So Texas did lose last night to Kentucky, which sucks. But it's all right. They made it. And they were the 4th-ranked volleyball team. So, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about strikeouts. I mean, this is something you're going to see all year. These 5 guys. They're gonna. Baseball.
That's gonna stay the same. It might move a couple times, but that's gonna stay the same.
This is the 3 I was talking about before: Bieber, Cole, DeGrom. Not in this order, but I mean, this is how it's gonna be. I think eventually, DeGrom's gonna be up here at number 1, but all season it's gonna be these 5 guys.
Well, DeGrom's gonna get 10 to 15 strikeouts every game he pitches.
That's what Bieber's doing. Bieber went from 14 strikeouts to 11 to 15. This dude's on a tear.
Only problem with DeGrom is he can't win any games because his team doesn't help him. He'll give up maybe 1 run every once in a blue moon, and then it'll be 1-0 the final, and he'll get the loss, which is horrible. But it's how baseball is.
He's not even on the quality starts list.
That's why I think wins and losses aren't as big of a deal as what they used to be. I think people should look more at ERA and WHIP.
Yeah,
WHIP and ERA are the 2 main stats for pitchers.
It's a numbers game. You can only give the pitcher so much. They're out there for 6-7 innings throwing up 0. If you guys can't hit, that's it. You can't put it on the pitcher. Yeah. They're doing their job. And DeGrom hits too. It's not like he doesn't.
That's why you don't see any pitchers that are good on the Orioles, because they're gonna lose all the time. And those Kevin Gausman, look what he's doing now for the San Francisco Giants. He's doing really good this season.
Yeah, Tyler Glass. Now.
It's a numbers game, like you said. It goes down to strikeouts, ERA, and WHIP. Those are the top 3.
All these guys are good. We're gonna be talking about these guys throughout the season because right now I could see all-star, 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 all-star. That's just looking at the names, all-stars. Now these, I mean, stolen bases are something, but like it's not underrated, but like no one really talks about stolen base leaders.
If they do, if you do like a 40-40 season or like a 20-20 season, things like that.
Whit Merrifield could do that. He could be a 40-40 guy.
A 40-40? I think he could be a 20-20. I don't think he'll be a 40-40.
He has a nice bat. He has a really nice bat.
That's a lot of home runs.
Yeah, you're right.
That's a lot of home runs. And he's not a powerful guy, but he can hit. He's a really good hitter. I think if there was a 40-40 guy, I know I've been saying this name a lot, but it's going to be Mike Trout or Ronald Acuna.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Acuna's not a fast guy, but he's got a little hop in those cleats. I think the 2 guys you're going to see in the 40-40 club next, it's probably going to be Mike Trout or Ronald Acuna.
Yeah.
But you can say Mike Trout for every hitting stat because he's just such a great player. He's gonna be in the top 5 of every single hitting statistical category. And his WAR, he's gonna have the highest WAR again this season. It's just Mike Trout. I mean, I need a Trout jersey by how much I'm talking about him.
You know what's funny? I don't even have his jersey on the Angels. I have a Jared Weaver jersey.
Oh my gosh, you don't have a Mike Trout jersey? You need a Trout jersey, man.
Jared Weaver. It's Jared Weaver.
Jeez.
Well, because the only reason I have a Trout jersey is just when they were coming up and it was the Harper Trout era, I was always the Harper guy. I was always a Harper guy.
I was always the Trout guy.
I gotta stay
Clearly,
loyal to
clearly, I was always the Trout
him.
guy. I always
Yeah.
liked Bryce Harper, but I always thought Trout was the better player. But they're
Yeah.
both really good players. I mean, they're both MVPs.
Yeah.
I
I mean, who's gonna get a ring first is the real question.
mean, team wise, the Phillies, so it's going to be Bryce
Yeah.
Harper. But player wise, if you just put like a player, I think if you put Mike Trout on the Phillies, they're a better team, but they're going to be good either way with both players.
Yeah. No, you're right. Now I click team stats. I mean, we don't gotta go into detail with it, but I mean,
I
we
mean,
can
we
just take
can. Let's just do like
we can
ERA,
just take a
team
brief look
ERA.
at it.
Yeah. So like batting average, you won't see the Red Sox number one. You won't see
You
them
you
there.
definitely won't see
You
that.
won't
I
see
mean,
the Angels. You
I
probably won't
can't
see the
say you definitely
Astros.
won't see that.
The
but
White Sox will probably be up there because
yeah,
they have a really good lineup this year. A really good lineup, but
yeah.
you might see the Reds up there, honestly. Jonathan India, their second baseman, their rookie's having a really good season. He got hit in the head, by the way, today. He was all right, but he got hit in the head. So
Bro, that's crazy. The Reds are actually like in the top 5 in a couple categories: home runs, batting
yeah, but
average,
their pitching rotation's
RBIs.
horrible. They have Wade
It's,
Miley. They have Wade Miley out on the
yeah.
rubber.
I
We
mean, they're crazy though.
destroyed
They're
Wade
top 5.
Miley. I believe last night he was on the mound for the Reds, and we ended up winning that game. So
They're in the top 5 though, which is crazy. And they're in a lot of it too, but it's still very early.
they
This
have one of
thing,
the best hitting teams in the league right now. I mean, they got Joey Votto, who's at the end of his career, but he can still get on base.
Yeah.
Jesse Winker, Nick Senzel, Nicholas Castellanos, Moose, Eugenio
Tucker-
Suarez.
Tucker Barnhart, that guy.
I mean, Gold Glove catcher.
Yeah.
Stole it away from Yadier Molina. By the way,
Tucker
Yadier
Barnhart.
Molina, have you seen the start he's had this season?
Yeah, and he was thinking, I don't know, was he thinking about retiring? No, right? They just didn't offer him a contract.
Well,
or
he
something.
said I think that he was going to if the Cardinals didn't give him anything, but the Cardinals ended up
Yeah.
giving him like a 2-year contract, 2-year, 10 mil, I think is how much it was.
He's gonna live up to it. It's Yadi Molina.
He's batting 340 this season before he got injured, but Kizwiz is playing for him right now. Kizwiz is doing pretty good, but Yachty has been on a tear to start the
Yeah.
season.
I remember when they had Carson Kelly, right? That's his name, the catcher.
Yeah, we
who they
traded him for
away.
Paul Goldschmidt. So we traded Luke Weaver, Carson Kelly, and then I think a relief pitcher for Goldie, which we clearly won that trade.
Yeah, no, 100%.
I mean, Luke Weaver's a pitcher for him. He's in the rotation. He has been, but Luke Weaver's Luke Weaver. He's not going to get more than 7 wins in a season.
Yeah, I mean, home runs. That's good. Everything here is gonna change. So I mean,
I don't think so for the home runs. I think the Braves will end up being number 1.
you think? I
because-
mean, they only got Acuna and Freeman.
Freddie Freeman, Austin Riley. He
He
can.
hasn't shown anything to
But
me
if he
yet.
hits it, he's one of those guys who's either going to strike out or get a home run.
That's like Josh Donaldson. Yeah, you're right.
So, I mean, I think the Braves will stay up there in the top 5 this season. Well, Acuna's going to have 30, 40 home runs this season. Freddie Freeman's going to have 20 to 30 home runs. Austin Riley's going to have 15 to 25. I mean, I think they're going to stay up there. I think the Cubbies will probably go down just because Rizzo is old. Bryant will probably carry them a little bit in the home run category. Baez will probably help out a little bit with that. But I think Angels might too. Angels might stay there. Shohei Ohtani, if he can stay healthy and keep hitting the ball. Mike Trout, they can. I'm not saying they will, but they can. I could see them.
Yeah. Productive list. I mean, everything's gonna change. So the opinions on it, I was wrong the first week. So I mean, I can't really talk on much because I'm
My
very.
dog just keeps biting my rug, and I don't really know what she's doing. What are you doing? Hey, here, doing that.
We got interrupted by a dog.
Yeah, she just keeps chewing on my rug. I just bought that rug. Don't destroy my rug. And now she's like, "Why'd you do that?"
Oh yeah. I mean, we talked about everything for baseball. I mean, is there anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, I think we covered it all. We can talk NFL draft before we wrap it up if you want to.
Let's head to
I
it.
don't know if you keep up too much with the NFL or the NFL draft, but I know I've done a lot of school projects about the NFL draft recently because it's coming up next weekend. So,
Yeah, all I know is that because I'm a Browns fan. All I know is that Cleveland.
well,
we're fine.
they took the 5th-year option on Baker, so he's
Baker, yeah.
returning.
Dude, he's a franchise quarterback. That's it. He's not going nowhere. He's the franchise guy.
I think he will be your franchise quarterback, but I don't think he'll be an all-pro quarterback.
No, I mean,
He's the best quarterback you've
yeah.
had since Otto Graham, but that's not saying much. So I mean,
No, yeah. Right.
I mean, you guys took a shot on Johnny Manziel as all
dude, that was my favorite.
quarterbacks.
That's a reason I love the Browns was because of Johnny Manziel, but
Money Manziel.
he just turned out to be a bum. So I
I'm
mean,
a Broncos fan, so
who
we
do
won
you
in
have? You
20.
guys have what's his name?
We won in 2016. Drew
Lock,
Lock.
right? Drew Lock.
Yeah, horsecock Lock is what I call him.
Yeah. Did you ever see a video of him in college where they said that and then he just
Yeah, I
turns
think so.
around and
Yeah,
puts his fist up? That was
dude, Drew
good.
Lock's he's such a cool dude. Like you'll see him on the sideline, he'll be dancing. Like he's got swagger. He can be a good quarterback, but he needs to fix his
Yeah.
decision making is not good right now.
I mean, and you know what's crazy though, because this is the first year like they've actually done this where he interacted with a team that's supposed to draft him at number 1, Trevor Lawrence,
Yeah.
and it'd be crazy if they didn't. If they just decided to say, you know what?
Well, on my school
Okay.
project, I said because some other Matthew commented on my post and he was like, "Oh, I don't know how anybody could see Trevor Lawrence not going number 1." I was like, I expect Trevor Lawrence to go number 1.
You don't know what's gonna happen though.
But if you remember in recent history, John Elway got drafted by the Colts. He wouldn't sign with them. So he signed with the Broncos. Eli Manning didn't want to play for the Chargers, so they traded him away.
Yeah.
We've seen this happen before.
I think he would stay with them though, because he just had a wedding.
Yeah,
All
I'm
the
not saying that he
Jaguars did
will.
that,
I'm
but
just
yeah.
saying there is a possibility if he doesn't want to play for the Jaguars, he doesn't have to sign with them.
Apparently, this guy's a Jet. This guy, I think his name is Tate or
I don't-
something. He's a tight
Kyle
end, right?
Pitts. It's Kyle
Oh yeah,
Pitts.
he's a tight
He's
end.
probably
right?
going to go to Atlanta. Yes, he's a tight end. He'll probably go to Atlanta at 4. I think Zach Wilson will go 2,
Devontae
which is
Smith,
the quarterback out of BYU. Devontae
Yeah.
Smith will probably go to the Dolphins at 7. I think they moved down. Hold on. I pulled up a NFL draft like projections, but it was like more of like a draft pick by order.
I don't think the Jets should go for Zach Wilson or whatever his name is. I think they should go for Justin Fields because he's just. I like Justin Fields. I haven't
think
watched him play a lot.
Zach
but-
Wilson's a better quarterback. I think that Justin Fields is a better athlete.
Yeah, and I'd rather have a better athlete because look at Lamar Jackson. Look what you could do with these guys. These guys don't even have to throw the ball. You could just make them run. The Jets could honestly make him run circles, Justin Fields. They make him run. That's
Do you
all
see how
need to
fast
do.
his 40-yard dash was at 4.3?
Yeah, that's what I'm
I mean, that's unreal
Yeah.
as a quarterback.
A lot of teams are going to start doing that now. They're just going to start taking guys who could do both things on the ball. That's it. If you go run,
He's going to be the next Lamar, but better. I think Justin Fields is going to be better than Lamar Jackson.
And his story is going to be exactly like Lamar. He's going to fall in the draft. Someone's going to take him. That's a sleeper.
Someone's going to
and
trade
he's
up
just
and
gonna
take
turn
him.
around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mac Jones projected to go to the 49ers. I don't think the 49ers take Mac Jones there. I think
That's
they
the
take Trey
Alabama guy,
Lance.
right?
Yes,
That's the Alabama
I
quarterback.
think he falls. I think he falls late in the draft. I think people are they look at Mac Jones, they see a system quarterback. What team in the past 5 years or 20 years has everybody been saying system quarterbacks play there and they're going to play good? The Patriots. Tom Brady, everybody was saying he was a system quarterback. Patriots will either trade up for Mac Jones or he'll fall to the Patriots and the Patriots will get Mac Jones.
You know what? I actually saw that somewhere that the Patriots are going to sneak a leak at Mac Jones.
I don't know if he'll be. I don't know if he'll be good, but he's a system quarterback. If you can put a good team around him, he'll make throws.
I mean, I'd rather have him than Cam Newton. Cam Newton won what 4 or 5 games last year.
I think he ended up winning 5 or 6 games.
I'd rather have Mac Jones regardless.
Yeah, I would too. Kyle Pitts going number 4 to Atlanta, tight end. He's probably the second best player in the draft after Trevor Lawrence. So that just gives Matt Ryan another option on offense with Julio and Calvin Ridley. I mean, that's unreal. Bengals at 5, Penny Sewell, that offensive tackle out of Oregon, best offensive lineman in the draft. And Joe Burrow needs an offensive line. So that's what they're going to go with.
Yeah, I mean, the Bengals just got new uniforms. I mean, I don't like the Bengals because they're in my division, but the uniforms are decent. Another dog alert.
Family just got home intermission. Take over.
It's all good. I mean, I'll talk about the Marlins because they're losing 3-0 right now, which sucks. But I mean, we'll take a look at the scoreboard. D-backs are up 6-0. Pirates are up 6-2. White Sox currently lead the Rangers 8-4. Got the Brewers, who are going to beat the Cubs right now. In current games, the Giants are beating the Marlins, and the Rockies are beating the Phillies 9-2.
Oh, you're
I
gonna
was
score
going over
updates.
Yeah, I was doing score updates.
Giants leading. Who's on the mound today for the Giants? Do we know? But yeah, that's my top 5 predictions for the NFL draft. Not that too long because we're more of an MLB
Yeah,
podcast.
I mean, we can talk about anything. Like I said, we're sports guys, so we can do anything.
This has Denver Broncos trading up to get Justin Fields at 7. I would be happy.
Really? Yeah,
I would love that.
Dude, that's what every team is looking for. And you know what? He would honestly be good with them because they still have that wide receiver. And they don't
We
have
have
Manuel Sanders,
we have
right?
Cortland Sutton that we drafted. He's a study towards ACL last year. Hopefully he'll come back as good as he was. Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama, our rookie last year. KJ Hamler out of Penn State.
Mm-hmm.
We have a good offense and defense. We just don't have a quarterback.
This is actually, you know what? This is actually going to be a good game to watch tonight.
I might watch that one.
Musgrove and May. Yeah, Musgrove and May. That's actually a good matchup.
Musgrove 2-2 with a 104. That's insane that he's having that good of a season.
Royals beat the Tigers.
Of course, that no that he threw is helping that ERA, but
dude, yeah. I mean, the Marlins should not be losing 3-0, but you know what? Giants are good. And if the Marlins win today, they'll have double-digit wins, which is crazy because every team we projected to be in the basement has double-digit wins already.
Yeah, for real.
It's crazy.
Literally.
Every team.
Except for the D-backs.
The Pirates. Who else did we say? We said the Orioles.
Yeah, we said the Orioles were going to – well, the Orioles don't have double-digit wins yet.
That one, yeah. I mean, we said the Red Sox, the Mariners both have double digits. We said the Giants.
Rodriguez is turning up right now. Somehow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's early part of the season, so you're going to see teams like this be good.
Yep, there's your Cardinals right there.
I know, dude. Look at that ERA. Look, I told you it'd go down. Thought it was going to go to 2.77, but it went to a 3.1.
Yeah, look, Talion lost today for the Yankees.
Dang, he's having a terrible season. Yeah. 0-2 with a 6.2.
Tajon Walker's actually been having a good year for us.
I thought it was Tahan.
Tahan, yeah.
Tahan okay, Walker, so nobody really knows how to pronounce his name. Okay.
Yeah, you just call him Walker.
Good ERA, though.
Yeah, this guy Webb. I think he was on one of the stat lists. Right?
No, that was
no, he wasn't.
The relief pitcher.
Yeah.
He had 7 wins. Oh, what was his name? Can you go back so we can remember? I think it was like Jeff something.
I spelled stats wrong. Isn't that great?
That's okay.
Oh man, no, it's just.
Oh, you're really killing us right now, Smalls.
Oh, come on, he's got to be somewhere.
We was going through saves, not wins.
All right. Regular season. I don't even know what to click.
Just go back to ESPN.
I can just click team, right? What team is he on? The Giants?
Giants. Come on, man. You're missing it.
Oh.
How's there only one pitcher?
What the?
All right. Well, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We'll have our fans tell us in the comments. Tell us in the comments below who the. Yeah. Well, question of the day. So, question of the episode: who leads the saves in the MLB? There you go. There's your question. There's your question of the day. Question of the episode. Put it in the comments below. I know you guys can comment. We saw a lot of you guys. We had a lot of support on the first episode. We appreciate every single one of you guys. Hopefully we can continue that growth onto episode 2.
Yeah. This episode, I think people will start watching because I think the visuals helped, honestly. I think we'll just keep visuals from now on. This will help a lot because they get to see what we're talking about.
I think we had a good episode today. I really liked the we weren't as organized, but we kind of just went more with the flow than just
sometimes honestly it's how it should be though, because it's better for us. We just go with the flow. Yeah, I like it this way. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're gonna watch it and like it this way too. So
well, Matt, I think that's all for me here for episode 2. What you want to bring anything else into the fold before we wrap things up?
One thing besides baseball, if we talk about boxing and how Jake Paul won.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
yeah, we can talk about the boxing match between
I don't like Jake Paul. I don't like him, but you got to respect him as a fighter now. He's not anything crazy. He's not good, but I mean, he's 3-0 right now. He's got some decent strikes. just as
People
an
are
athlete.
saying it was rigged. I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
going to get
Oh
too
no,
much
it
into
was
that
rigged.
side, but
100% it was rigged. That dude took punches and punches and punches. There's no
yeah.
way you get knocked out and you walk away smiling like nothing happened unless you
Well, I
collected
mean,
a
I would
paycheck.
after that paycheck.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, he's got a big shit paycheck.
He
He
made
probably
half a
got more
million
to lose.
dollars, I think.
Oh,
A million, half a
behind the
million.
scenes, he probably made more than that just
Yeah.
for getting knocked out, walking away with.
Incentives,
Listen, I would
endorsements.
do that. I would talk all this shit, get knocked out, take the money, and leave.
You
Never get
guarantee
paid
I
again.
would fight Mike Tyson for $500,000.
Yeah,
I
with
would
that
get
money.
rocked. I'd get knocked out, but that's okay. I can cover my hospital bills. I got $500,000 from a fight that lasted 10 seconds. It's okay with me. I'll just run away the whole time.
Before we go, let's just take a look at tomorrow's matchups. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but probably the best pitching matchup tomorrow,
Otani.
I'd say, is this one. You think it's Otani?
Oh yeah, Barrios and
I think it's
Plesac.
Barrios and Plesac.
Yeah, Barrios and Plesac.
Matt Harvey.
Definitely.
There he is, the Manziel man of the MLB.
I think if it's not Barrios and Plesac, I think it's Rich Hill and Sean Manaea. And then Shohei Otani and then Lyles.
Yeah. I mean, the Royals are going to win this game. I don't even know that.
No, the Tigers are horrible. I don't know. That pitcher looks pretty good for him.
Spencer Turnbull, yeah. I think that's his name.
Corbin Burns is on the mound again for the Brewers tomorrow?
Yeah, Spencer Turnbull.
I don't know, man. We had some good matchups tomorrow. Phillies, Cardinals. I know Uncle Charlie's on the mound for the Cards, so he had a good start last time. He's 0 for 2, yeah, but he had a good start in his last appearance. So
I don't know how they're gonna do tomorrow, but I have a good feeling that Wheeler might shut out your Cardinals tomorrow.
Man, I don't know, man. We're on fire right now. We're on fire.
Yeah. Your boy Dylan Carlson's gonna go off again. Dylan Carlson.
Dude, he's
the man with the plan.
He's like 6 for 7 in his last 7 appearances.
That's the man with the plan for the Cardinals.
That's right. I mean, 22-year-old. He's 2 years older than me.
It's crazy.
He's out there hitting bombs at Busch.
Juan Soto's how old? Like 19, 20?
I think he's 23.
What's crazy is Juan Soto came up and he was like, I think he was like my age or 2 years older than me. And I think
it was 20 when he made his debut.
Oh yeah, then we're the same age. It's honestly crazy, bro. That he's my age and he's playing.
He was 17 in the minors, 17, 18 years old in the minors.
Yeah,
it's so
ridiculous.
I wish I was that good at baseball. Mm-hmm. I wish I was 6'3" and 215 pounds of pure muscle.
All right, I think that should be good.
All righty. Well, everybody, thank you so much for listening in to the Hot Seat episode 2. Question of the day: who leads the MLB in saves? That's for you to put down in the comments. We want to interact with you guys. So we did a little visual episode today, a little more interaction than the last episode. One of his friends commented, said that might be a better way to do your podcast. So we were like, okay, we'll try it out. And I actually think we did a better time today than we did last time.
Too. Because I think you know what, they like watching the visuals. I mean, you have the jersey on, which helps. I think that's what we'll start doing. We'll start making it, a little bit fun, wearing the teams and stuff, wearing the hats. It'll be interesting.
Alrighty, Matt. Well, that's all for me. If that's all for you, I'm Chase Sellers. That was Matt Diggs. Thanks for listening to episode 2.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Looking forward to hearing you guys' comments. Leave them in the description, whatever. Do whatever you got to do.
Follow our Twitter.
Yeah.
Follow our Twitter account. Follow the Hot Seat.
Go give us likes. Go support us.
Thanks, guys, for listening, and have a good rest of your day.